next word class is verbs. Now verbs denote actions, possession and existence. Here we've given a few examples. Birds fly in the air. What is that action that they are doing? They fly. We brought books to school. What's the action we are performing? Brought. He has many friends. Now here the verb is has. Has is a form of to be. Now in English we have three primary verbs. To be, to have, to do. Now extension of to be will be I am, you are, he is, she is, they are. So here the to be verb gets these different forms. Now this is the present tense. When you come to the past tense, I was, they were. Okay, so according to the subject, the tense of the verb changes. According to the subject, the tense of the verb changes. So, I am, you are, we are, they are. Similarly, he is, she is, and the plural form, they are. Okay, now, I was, you were, he is, he was. So in this way the verb to be is extended according to the subject. Now we have to have. So I have a book, have. He has a book, has. With he we use has. With I use have. And of course if you have the past tense, then I had, he had, she had, had. Okay, this is the way it depends on the tense of the verb. Now to do, I did my work, did. Past tense, I do my work, present tense. She does her work, he does his work. So these are basically the primary verbs, because these primary verbs are used along with the non-finite verbs, participles, so that we understand the tense of the verb. So you must get this very clear, and we will do about this in the next concept on verbs in detail. Right now just remember this. Okay, now come to the next one. Students sang the national anthem. Their action, sang. He expressed his ideas clearly. Action, existence, expressed. Okay, so this word class is verbs, where you understand about the actions, the possession, or maybe the existence. Now let's go to the next word class. The next one is adverbs. Adverb. Look at the word adverb. It means adding to the meaning of the verb. Hence adverb. And usually an adverb is placed as close to a verb as possible, because it modifies the verb. I repeat again. An adverb is placed as close to a verb as possible because it modifies a verb. An adverb can modify a verb, it can modify an adverb, it can modify an adjective. Okay, now let's go through these examples. The traveler sat there for a long time. Where did the traveler sit for a long time? I repeat again. Where did the traveler sit for a long time? My word question where answers there. So there means in that particular place. So there is the adverb. Actually it's an adverb of place. We'll deal with that a little later when we are doing it in detail. But right now understand that there is an adverb and is placed next to the verb sat. Sat where? There. Next one. Jason spoke politely to the servant. How did Jason speak to the servant? How? Spoke how? Politely. We've asked the question how. Though it is not a WH question, still we ask a WH question how in case of an adverb. Now, the adverb politely is placed adjacent or next to the verb spoke. So, it modifies the verb spoke. So, here politely is an adverb. Of course, it is an adverb of manner. But just remember that it belongs to the adverb family. Next sentence. It will be morning soon. Now again my question is, when will it be morning? When? Will be when? Soon. So soon tells you the time. Soon, later, all these are words that describe the time. And this is adverb of time. But right now, just understand that this is placed next to the word morning. Okay? Next one. Sheila comes here often to meet her cousin. Comes when? Often. Actually, it tells you how often. Okay? So, often is again an adverb, and it is placed, it modifies the verb comes. Again, you have this word here, which is also an adverb and modifies the verb comes. Next one. We must do our duties responsibly. How must we do our duties? Responsibly. So here, responsibly modifies the verb must do. Must do how? Responsibly. So now you have comprehended this concept that it is an adverb. It adds to the meaning of a verb. It is placed adjacent to a verb. Of course, the position differs according to the structure of the sentence. So, when we went through all these sentences, we used a few questions. We used the question how. We used the question when. We used the question where. And in the case of that word often, we use the question how often or how often. Okay? So remember that an adverb adds to the meaning of a verb.